there! So nowadays in the beauty community, everybody and their mothers are recreating Makeup by Ariel's recent look on Kylie Jenner. That cool tone grayish smoky eye, kind of like a cat eye look that someone also requested me to do, so I feel like this is the moment where I do that. And I haven't done a cool tone look in a while, so that's very exciting as well. So yeah, buckle up, let's get into it. I'm going to do my eyes first for today because I'm going to use an eyeshadow shield, that kind of a thing that you can stick under your eyeshadow just to make it more crisp. And first I'm going to use a little bit of concealer on my lids, so I have a bit of a base there. I'm just going to pat that in. And I'm going to use just a tiny coat of translucent powder as well, just so it lasts a little bit better, and also I'm going to have an easier time blending the shadows on top. I have here my eyeshadow shields. Let's use these bad boys. You can also use Scotch tape. First, just make sure that I stick it to my hand first because the glue is pretty strong on this one and you obviously don't want to pull your eye area too hard. I'm going to stick mine something like that. You basically want to continue your lower lash line. The challenging part about it is just getting them even, so kind of angled at the same angle. When I see this look, the palette in my collection that I immediately think about is the Warrior 2 by Juvia's Place. It's an all matte palette with tons of cool tones. It also has some warm tones. I haven't really used those. I usually reach for this palette for the cool tones. This transition is amazing if you have fair skin. It also has a black in it and yeah, a dark gray. The white is amazingly useful as well, and you can mix it with the dark gray or with the black and create kind of like different gray shades. I'm gonna start with the transition, which is going to be Kana here, and going to pick a Juvia's Play 006 blending brush. I think this could also work as a contour shade for me. I'm not sure though, it might be a little bit too cool tone. I don't know, I haven't tried it. Or have I? I don't know. I'm going to run this all over my crease. I'm starting from my outer corner because usually that's where I want the most concentration of the pigment for my eye shape, and bringing it inwards all the way to my inner portion. I usually keep the dark shadows out of my inner portion, but we're going to try and recreate the exact same look. It also kind of takes me a little bit out of my comfort zone, which is also amazing. Look at that beauty. I really love this shade. Picked up a little bit more and I'm trying to intensify it a little bit. I'm kind of adding a second layer here. This is also a bit of a soft halo eye, so I'm going to apply that transition into my inner portion of the eyelid. I'm not going to apply a ton of dark shadow there. She doesn't have a ton of dark shadow in the inner portion, but it's kind of like a soft halo. I could intensify the blending at the moment, but I will rather apply the pencil and then go on with the blending starting from there. I have to be really quick at what's next. I will use a black pencil and a pencil brush to smudge it out. She has the pencil applied all over her lid. I usually don't do that, but we're trying it out today. It might make my eyes look a little bit more rounded than usual. We'll see, I'm going to try my best. Basically, we're doing kind of like a wing liner. I'm going to start from my outer corner of the eye and bringing it inwards. And apply it all the way to my lid, but I'm trying to keep it pretty thin here, just so it doesn't make my eyes very rounded. I'm actually making it a little bit thicker in my outer corner just so it balances out the roundness on my lids. Next I'm going to take the pencil brush, and when the brush is clean I'm going to start on my lid just because I don't want a lot of smokiness here. I just want a little bit of definition. And I'm doing little back and forth motions to really blend this out. And then I'm slowly moving my way up to the outer corner. And continue to smudge it. Now that we smudged that, let's start creating that gradient. And I'm going to start with the black on the same brush that I used to smudge the pencil. And the black is going to go pretty low, only at the base of my lashes and at the base of the wing liner. I don't think I'm even going to apply it all the way to my inner corner. Just going to leave it here. It's going to fade a little bit once we start blending things out. I will continue with the dark gray I'm going to pick my Morphe 507, which is pointy at the tip, and it allows me to be a little bit more precise with where I apply the shadows. With such a dark shadow, you want kind of a smaller brush just so we don't smudge dark gray everywhere. And this is gonna go a little bit above the black. I'm keeping it in the outer corner mostly. Just bringing it maybe halfway on my lid, but really close to my lash line. And this is kind of fitting to the weather outside. It's so cloudy today. I got a bit carried away. I blended this eye off camera, and now I'm going to show you what I did. I picked my Morphe M506 brush, and I did a little mixture of this dark gray with the Kana shade. I didn't actually use the white. So just a bit of this and a little bit more of the lighter shade. I just got a brain freeze. And I'm just going to do tiny circular motions here in my outer corner. So here is where I start the blending. I'm kind of bringing it inwards just to blend the lash line a little bit, but not entirely up to my inner corner. I don't know what's up with me. I can't remember words this morning. I'm just doing the little mixture again. I really want to fade this shadow into my crease as well, so I'm kind of bringing it in my crease. As you can see, it's not very dark. I don't like a lot of dark shadow in my crease. Then again, I'm bringing it in the inner portion of my lid to create that soft halo effect. I think I need to blend the lash line a little bit more. Now I have almost no product on my brush, and I'm really fading everything. And now I usually go back and forth between the brushes, do what I gotta do to blend this out. I'm going to take my Morphe 507 again with a little bit of the dark gray, just because I feel like a lot of it has faded. And I'm just going to go a little bit here in my outer corner, also to lift up my outer corner a little bit more. I will even bring back some of the black in my outer corner. It just takes a lot of going back and forth between the brushes and really, you know, fading the shades into one another. And I'll even go back to my fluffy brush to make sure that everything is really well blended. For the center of my lid, I'm going to mix Kana with a little bit of this white shade to have a little bit of light just in the center of my lid. I think I made it a little bit too light. I think I need a little bit more of the Kana shade. On my other eye, it looks a little bit darker, and I feel like it's closer to Kylie's look. I'm blending the sides again. Now I think I can remove this and see what we're left with. I'm gonna leave the eyes like this for now and move on to the face makeup. I'm going to apply some pore filling primer in the center of my face, just in my pores area actually. I'll be trying to create that glam, full coverage, contoured base. And then I'm going to mix, like usual, 2 shades of the Fenty Hydrating Longwear Foundation. I'm going to mix them on my hand just so I can create a shade that matches me a little bit. Maybe not perfectly, but it comes pretty close. I'm going to spread that evenly on my face. Do you guys watch Stranger Things? The new season just came out, and I started watching it last night. The thing is, I cannot remember most of the characters. It's been so long. Like, how long it's been? Two or 3 years at this point. Well, I'm just going to pick a little bit of the excess from my hand and start blending the foundation into my skin. Just going to be careful around the eyeshadow. For my under eyes, I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. Just going to do a little bit of that lifting technique. I let that dry for a couple of minutes, and now I can start blending it out. I'm just using the same sponge. As usual, I will be setting the under eyes with my sponge. I think I got something in my eye, I don't know what is it, but hopefully it will get out by itself. I'm going to use the clean side of the sponge, the one that I did not use for cream products. And I'm going to pick up a good amount of powder there, something like that. I will have to make sure there are no creases before I set. And I'm going to press the powder there and kind of bringing it towards my pores area as well. I'm going to take a fluffy brush and dust a light coat of powder all over my face. Next I'm going to use my contour powder, the NYX Sweet Cheeks in the shade So Taupe. In love with this product. Something new for me, and I actually really love it. have to not go overboard with it because I'm usually so excited because I have a contour powder. I'm just going to try and distribute the product that I have on my brush on both of my cheeks, because I noticed in the first days when I used it, it looked kind of fake. Not that that's a bad thing, it's not, but I don't know, I kind of want it to look a little bit more natural. So I'm trying not to be that excited and apply a little bit less of it. I took a little bit more of that and I'm going to contour my forehead. And what I like to do with my contour powder, especially when I have a neutral look, is connect the eyeshadow to the contour. So I took a little bit more and I'm kind of doing a little extension of the shadow. I'm going to need a little bit of bronzer as well because everything is looking very cool tone at the moment. I'm going to use my Dior nude bronzer in the shade 2 and use my Morphe M405 brush. I'm not going to use a ton of it, just going to stamp a little bit of that above the contour, on my forehead, a little bit underneath the contour here. It brings back some warmth on my face. Did I forget to contour my jawline? I think I did. And I'm going to need pink blush because that's what she's wearing in that picture. I'm going to mix these two shades of my Sigma Blush Cheek palette. I think she also has it on the apples of the cheeks, something I don't usually do. Well, a little bit, yeah. So I'm going to start here where I usually start and kind of bring it a little bit on the apples of my cheeks as well. Not a lot of it though. A little bit on the bridge of my nose. She doesn't have much highlighter going on. Her complexion looks pretty matte. So of course I'm going to go for my e.l.f. Baked highlighter in the shade Moonlight Pearls because it's a little bit more subtle and yeah, it's beautiful. I love it. I love you. Going to pop that here. I think I should stop there. I shouldn't highlight my nose and everything. Maybe a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm too lazy to go grab a smaller brush, so I'm just going to do this thing to highlight my brow bone. Hopefully it won't change the color of my brows. I did my lower lash line here, so I'm going to apply the pencil all over my waterline first. I'm going to line underneath my lashes as well. Well, back to my 507 brush, I'm going to pick the dark gray shade and I'm applying it very close to my lash line. Then I'm going back to Kana, my lovely transition shade, and I'm really blending this out. I picked up a little bit of the black and I'm also going to set my waterline kind of and apply the black really close to my lash line, kind of in between my lashes. I applied my Catrice for Volume Waterproof Mascara off camera and now I'm going to do my lips. She has a brown lip liner going on with a pink lipstick. That's what I'm trying to achieve today. I think I have a lip liner that kind of resembles hers. It's the Boysenberry's lip pencil in the shade Dusty Brown. I'm going to line my lips with that. Kind of softening my cupid's bow just so it resembles a little bit her lip shape. And then in the center I'm going to apply the Sigma liquid lipstick in the shade Behold. I hope the contrast won't be huge. It kind of is. Let's see if I can blend it a little bit. I mean, once it's blended out, it's kind of cute. And I guess this is the look all complete. I hope you like how it came out. Let me know if you think it comes close to Kylie's or not. I think the style is similar. Obviously, it looks a little bit different. We're different people, of course. I always like this velvet matte look. I should experiment with it a little bit more often. I usually just pop a shimmer on my lid. It's kind of like my everyday vibe. But I do love an all matte look. I feel like it's really more elegant in a way. I hope you found this video useful. Let me know what you think. I want to thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you're having the most amazing day ever and I will see you next time. Bye!